Welcome to our podcast on expanding your English vocabulary together.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in as we explore 6 common expressions and words today.
Today we'll cover the words expect, fuss, give in, go on, impact, and incentive to help new viewers be aware of these vocabs in our podcast. Expect is a verb.
It means to regard something as likely to happen or to anticipate.
I expect the train to arrive at 8 o'clock sharp.
She expects high standards from her team.
They expect fair treatment under the new policy.
He expects his guests to RSVP promptly.
We expect clear skies for the weekend barbecue.
She expects her children to do their homework.
He expects good news after the meeting.
They expect the package to be delivered tomorrow.
I expect you to apologize for the oversight.
She expects updates on the project weekly.
We expect the movie to be sold out tonight.
He expects more volunteers at the shelter.
She expects the restaurant to open on time.
They expect a quick resolution to disputes.
I expect to see you at the seminar tomorrow.
He expects honesty from all participants.
We expect improvements after last quarter's review.
She expects everyone to follow the dress code.
I expect the weather report to change by noon.
He expects attentive listening during presentations.
They expect competitive pricing from their suppliers.
She expects a prompt refund for returned items.
I expect their relationship to improve with counseling.
He expects his players to train every morning.
We expect more seats to open for the conference.
She expects to finish the report by Friday.
He expects support from his colleagues.
They expect regular maintenance on the equipment.
I expect my package to arrive damaged if not wrapped carefully.
She expects clear communication in her role.
He expects a fair hearing in court.
They expect timely responses to their emails.
I expect you to honor your commitments.
She expects accountability from the team lead.
He expects positive feedback on his proposal.
We expect safe conditions for the event.
She expects her dietitian to adjust her meal plan.
He expects higher sales in the next quarter.
I expect palm trees to sway in the breeze at the resort.
She expects her package to arrive intact.
Fuss is both a noun and a verb.
As a noun, it means unnecessary excitement or worry. As a verb, to show unnecessary concern.
There's no need to make a fuss over a small stain.
He always fusses about the temperature in the office.
She made a big fuss about missing her train.
He will fuss until the settings are perfect.
Stop making such a fuss and help me pack.
She fussed over the guest list for hours.
No fuss, just hand me the keys when you're ready.
He fussed so much the car alarm went off.
They created a fuss about the new policy change.
She fussed over every detail of the invitation.
Make sure there's no fuss at the airport.
He fusses about crumbs on the countertop.
The children caused a fuss when the ice cream melted.
She fussed over the cake's decoration.
He made a fuss about the meeting time change.
She fussed until her hair looked perfect.
There's too much fuss about social media trends.
He fussed with his tie for a solid minute.
The fuss over the TV show finale was enormous.
She fussed at her phone until the call connected.
Avoid the fuss by arriving early.
He fussed when he couldn't find his glasses.
The media made a fuss about the celebrity's outfit.
She fussed about the salad's dressing ratio.
No need to make a fuss, just fix the error.
He fussed over the power settings on his laptop.
They made a huge fuss about the prize giveaway.
She fussed until the painting looked just right.
The staff caused a fuss over the broken copier.
He fussed when his coffee cooled down.
She created a fuss by announcing her engagement early.
He fussed over the seating chart.
The press made a fuss about the CEO's speech.
She fussed until the presentation slide was centered.
No fuss, just tell me what you need.
He fussed at the remote control for hours.
The parade caused quite a fuss in downtown traffic.
She fussed until her shoes matched her bag.
Try not to make a fuss over minor delays.
He fussed until the thermostat worked properly.
Give in is a phrasal verb.
It means to reluctantly cease opposition or yield to pressure.
He refused to give in until he got a raise.
She finally gave in and accepted the apology.
They didn't give in despite the heavy snow.
He gave in to temptation and ate the cake.
She would not give in to peer pressure.
He gave in and signed the contract.
They gave in to the demands after long negotiations.
She gave in and watched the romantic movie.
He would not give in until he proved his point.
She gave in to the lullaby and fell asleep.
They gave in at midnight and went home.
He gave in despite his initial resistance.
She refused to give in to despair.
He gave in when the evidence was overwhelming.
They gave in and allowed extra toppings.
She finally gave in and cleaned her room.
He refused to give in to the hackers' threats.
They gave in to the crowd's demands.
She would not give in during their heated debate.
He gave in and joined the gym.
They gave in to regulatory pressure.
She gave in to her children's pleas for ice cream.
He refused to give in despite intense debate.
They gave in when the offer improved.
She gave in to the charm of the old bookstore.
He gave in at the end of the marathon.
They didn't give in to traffic jams, leaving earlier instead.
She gave in and borrowed her friend's umbrella.
He refused to give in during the protest.
They gave in to the sunset's beauty and paused hiking.
She gave in and let her daughter choose the movie.
He gave in when the machine beeped repeatedly.
They gave in and tried the exotic dish.
She would never give in to online bullying.
He gave in after thrice losing at chess.
They gave in to the sale and bought new coats.
She gave in only after hearing their side.
He refused to give in until justice prevailed.
They gave in to the spa's relaxation package.
She gave in reluctantly but smiled afterward.
Go on is a phrasal verb.
It means to talk or continue for a long time, often tediously.
He can go on about his favorite sports team.
She goes on whenever her new puppy does something cute.
They went on until the meeting ran late.
He goes on about his travels.
She goes on about the benefits of meditation.
He went on about the movie's plot twists.
They go on about workplace gossip.
She went on recounting her childhood memories.
He goes on during dinner parties.
They went on about the new restaurant.
She goes on when discussing her art.
He went on about technical specs.
They go on without taking a breath.
She goes on with tips on healthy eating.
He went on explaining the software features.
They go on about reality TV shows.
She goes on about her workout routine.
He went on about his philosophical beliefs.
They go on about the weather despite predictions.
She goes on about her favorite books.
He went on describing his dream car.
They go on at conferences about buzzwords.
She goes on about family traditions.
He went on narrating his road trip.
They go on about customer service issues.
She goes on when teaching yoga.
He went on comparing technical gadgets.
They go on about celebrity scandals.
She goes on praising local charities.
He went on about political theories.
They go on at family reunions.
She goes on recommending podcasts.
He went on and on about his college days.
They go on and on about nutrition fads.
She goes on and on when explaining craft techniques.
He went on and on building suspense in his story.
They go on and on about software updates.
She goes on and on discussing psychological research.
He went on and on about the concert's acoustics.
That's how go on and on describes endless talking.
Impact is both a noun and a verb.
As a noun, it refers to the effect or influence of one thing on another. As a verb, to affect.
The policy's impact on local businesses was significant.
He feared the storm would impact travel plans.
They measured the impact of the program on literacy rates.
She worried how the decision would impact her career.
The announcement's impact echoed through the industry.
He saw how noise levels impacted his focus.
The new training had a positive impact on performance.
She studied how caffeine impacts sleep quality.
The merger's impact on employees remains unclear.
He realized late-night work impacted his health.
The ad campaign made an immediate impact on sales.
She noted how skipping breakfast impacts energy.
The earthquake had a devastating impact on the town.
He defined how stress impacts decision-making.
The lecture's impact was felt long after it ended.
She quantified how screen time impacts vision.
The charity's effort had an impact on homeless rates.
He found that hydration impacts cognitive function.
The law's impact on small businesses sparked debate.
She explained how diet impacts mood.
The protest's impact influenced policy changes.
He researched how music impacts productivity.
The film's impact was powerful on viewers.
She noted how temperature impacts material strength.
The audit's impact on finances surprised them.
He showed how feedback impacts team morale.
The drug's impact on symptoms was rapid.
She saw how plants' growth impacted ecosystem balance.
The budget cut's impact was felt immediately.
He measured how exercise impacts blood pressure.
The partnership's impact on brand image was positive.
She found how pollution impacts local wildlife.
The client's feedback impacted the final design.
He studied how temperature changes impacted consumer behavior.
The training's impact exceeded expectations.
She described how caffeine impacted her sleep.
The volunteers' efforts had an impact on community health.
He learned how stress impacts decision-making under pressure.
The outreach program's impact on homelessness was measurable.
That's how impact captures influence and effect.
Incentive is a noun.
It refers to something that motivates or encourages someone to do something.
A bonus is a common incentive for employees to perform well.
The tax credit serves as an incentive to buy electric cars.
He offered free coffee as an incentive for early arrival.
The scholarship provided an incentive for academic excellence.
Lower interest rates act as an incentive to borrow.
She used gift cards as an incentive to complete surveys.
The sale price was an incentive for customers to shop now.
He believed praise is a strong incentive for students.
Tax breaks provide an incentive for home renovations.
They introduce flexible hours as an incentive for staff retention.
The discount served as an incentive to upgrade memberships.
He saw recognition as an incentive to boost morale.
The voucher was an incentive to try the new cafe.
She noted that feedback can be a powerful incentive.
Profit sharing offers an incentive to meet targets.
He found friendly competition an effective incentive.
The grant provided an incentive for innovative research.
They used badges as an incentive in their app.
Performance reviews act as an incentive for improvement.
He viewed extra vacation days as an incentive for loyalty.
The commission structure is an incentive for sales staff.
She saw community recognition as an incentive to volunteer.
Energy rebates give a financial incentive to conserve.
He described point systems as behavioral incentives.
The early bird discount was an incentive to register soon.
She believed clear goals are an incentive to succeed.
Referral bonuses act as an incentive for recruitment.
He used mentoring as a non-monetary incentive.
Loyalty programs offer incentives for repeat customers.
She considered recognition an emotional incentive.
The investor tax holiday provided an incentive to invest locally.
He believed creative freedom is an incentive for artists.
Company outings serve as social incentives for unity.
She saw intrinsic rewards as powerful incentives.
The government offers incentives for installing solar panels.
He described data-driven goals as clear incentives.
The commission deadline created an incentive to close deals.
She wrote about gamification incentives in education.
The performance bonus was enough incentive to stay late.
That covers how incentive drives motivation and action.
That concludes our deep dive into these 6 essential English expressions and words.
We hope you feel confident using expect, fuss, give in, go on and on, impact, and incentive in your conversations.
Thank you for listening, and we look forward to sharing more vocabulary insights next time.
Goodbye and keep practicing every day.